We're here to work. 6 days shall you work, right? So if you are supposed to be the provider and you don't have that paycheck, get out there and do something, because God is the one that's rewarding. All right? All God is the source for everything. He may use some resources. He may use your company. He may use your boss. He may use your teacher, all of that. But it's God that's the source. So God is the one watching. God is the one that will bless. God is the one that rewards. So if you're a child, basically, if you haven't done your chores and you didn't do your schoolwork, you don't get to eat dinner. All right? And I've known a lot of people that put that, and you know what? It motivates them. It's also meaning even when you retire, there shouldn't be any weeds in your front yard. Right? There's things to do. God will reward work.
Come on now.
All right. God expects you to be diligent, which is basically having energetic effort. Proverbs 24:30 and 31 says, I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Basically, put it in our vernacular, is lazy people will have little, if any, harvest. All right? And then another very important rule for God's reaping is if you work without supervision, you will have more than enough. Proverbs 6:6-8 says, go to the ant. In other words, go observe him. Thou sluggard, isn't that a nice word? Thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. All right, so even when someone's not watching, all right, you can work with supervision. God notices. God expects you to work. He's going to notice if you're diligent. He will notice if you're working even if nobody knows or anybody's seeing. All right. Galatians 6:9 says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not.
Yeah.
So diligent, hardworking people will reap. All right. That's not up to man to decide. That's up to God, and He's watching. All right. So that's just in there. That's just like, to me sometimes it's like, okay, that's in your face. But being lazy, right? Some of us practice laziness with procrastination. Not saying who, but you know. All right. Let's stand and bring the Lord's tithe, which is our first step into God's provision and His plan, His blueprint, or for being blessed and for sowing and reaping. So let's bring it and we will pray after.
The hug line.